Hello, my name is Allie McFarlane, and welcome to my journey, my personal activism journey to change myself and my ways in the issues of composting and providing food for myself, and then planting plant promise of starting an in-home garden and compost system from the basis of my inspiration, which is the documentary on Netflix called Kiss the Ground. The documentary Kiss the Ground inspired me and this project to focus on how I was wasting and how I was buying food. So I decided to create my own compost bin and start planting from seed or propagation in creating an in-home garden for to start to eat out of. And I wanted to plant two plants, one for myself in my home and then one to donate to local organizations that would do it. But completely Kiss the Ground was the spark that ignited the flame into this incredible personal activism journey. Kiss the Ground and my Implanting Plant Promise follows along with the Earth Charter Principle to Ecological Integrity, Pillar number 7. Pillar number 7 reads that to adopt patterns of production, consumption, and reproduction that safeguard the Earth's regenerative capacities, human rights, and community well-being, reduce, reuse, and recycle the materials used in production and consumption systems that ensure that residual waste can be assimilated by ecological systems, just like composting. It can truly save the soil if we just take the organic waste and provide it nitrogen, nutrients, minerals back to the soil and ground. And the one thing that really inspired me to choose personal activism is a quote by Rumi where he says, "Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I'm wise, so I changed myself." So my purpose of this project was to educate myself, to change my ways, and put together a plan for an easy self-guide for at-home beginners to be proactive in repurposing their food waste and utilizing it in their gardens, and to create an ecological low footprint by properly composting and to use the soil to plant from seed, propagating to create a garden that I might eat from and donate from in my excess. How I implemented this project was probably the most work of all, so mostly manual labor. So how I started it was with composting. I collected my bin and I poked holes all through it. It sits up on a couple of garden stakes, and then you put first layer of kind of twigs or logs or any kind of big brush, and then over that you'll put the dead leaves or drops, chop and drop is what they call it, and then organics on top, and then you'll just water it, keep it in there, and then it's a bin, so you get to turn it, put it outside, and just kind of roll it. All right, we got our compost here. This has been composting since February, and you can tell it's all kind of breaking down. And I got my Christmas tree here. I loaded up, and then we're going to show you how to roll. So when you want to turn your compost, because it starts to break down, that's why the can is so awesome. You just seal this puppy, and then kick it. And you want to roll it because you just want lots of air to get through. And then that happens. Yeah! Perfect video. Don't forget to seal the lid. Helping my garden grow great. And then how else I implemented the project is that I planted from seed, I planted from propagation, I planted in the first round of gardening probably about 12 different plants, vegetables. So sunflowers, marigolds, jalapenos, echinacea, oregano, garlic, spinach, cherry tomatoes, bell peppers, chamomile. And that I planted and propagated was a dragon fruit from my Starbucks dragon fruit refresher. And it actually worked really well. I did 2 of them. So I took the seeds out of the dragon fruit, washed them off, and then put them in a wet paper towel, germinated them in the paper towel for 24 hours, and then planted it in the ground with a little topsoil and perked right up. So dragon fruit was pretty amazing. And then implementing just composting in my house. So starting the garden was fairly simple with the cardboard down and topsoil, and then just planting right on top of that. And I used the center blocks to kind of provide shade. So I don't know if you can tell them. So I just took the rosemary out of the pot, had the circle, and then filled it in with some more topsoil. Rosemary likes a sunny place. You see the love bugs, all the manure. So I'm just gonna make sure that all of it is kind of nicely covered here with topsoil. And this rosemary is gonna love this garden by me. Hey, hey. The yellow pear tomato was also one of my favorites. All right, kids, you see that? That is a yellow pear tomato, little heirloom. So all you gotta do is plant those little seeds down the ground, germinate them. And then I like to use like little mulch around, topsoil, and those are just oyster shells that I collected from my job for composting. Add a little pH balance and balance that soil right up and add a little calcium to them. They are looking good. They are healthy. They got their new one. Thank you, yellow pear. She's almost done. She's almost done. Look again. And just implementing anything that I can do to plant a tree, propagate a tree, save a tree is what my goal was. Alright, I'm here with my frangipani, or plumeria, also known scientifically named. I'm going to tell you the story of how I got this tree is I propagated it. I was playing poker with 5 of my guy friends, and I went all in on a hand, had a straight, got beat out by a flush. So I was outside, who was still playing poker, and I said, hey, like, can I propagate this frangipani tree? He was like, yeah, you can do anything. So I took a frangipani, a Chinese hibiscus, and a wild marjoram. So that's how I got it. So no. I personally am so glad that I became wise and changed myself and changed from within to help change planet Earth and to inspire others. I inspired my family and my sister to start gardening, composting, and just to stop sending so much food to landfills, so much waste to landfills, and instead putting it back into the soil and planting seeds for a happy, healthy garden, the fruits and vegetables that you can provide for your family. This is truly impactful, and to stop using industrial agriculture and grocery stores as well. And if we could all make a small change, the whole world could change. So, do you want to make a change too? Thank you. Namaste.